As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter, a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
Happen is that if Manny Pacquiao is really considering of coming back to professional boxing, I think that would be a good measurement and sign and a marketing for him.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., the undefeated boxing legend, recently made a surprise visit to Manny Pacquiao's training camp in Los Angeles as the Filipino icon prepares for his much-anticipated comeback fight against Mario Barrios. The unexpected reunion between two of boxing's most legendary figures has stirred excitement and speculation across the sports world. Their storied rivalry, which peaked with the 2015 Fight of the Century, continues to resonate within the boxing community. That bout, watched by millions worldwide, left a lasting impact on the sport and solidified both fighters' legacies. Since then, Mayweather has transitioned into a successful boxing promoter while also participating in occasional exhibition bouts. Pacquiao, on the other hand, has turned his focus to politics and humanitarian efforts in the Philippines. Despite their differing post-boxing careers, the mutual respect between the two champions has remained intact. Mayweather's visit goes beyond a friendly gesture. It represents the enduring bond and competitive spirit that helped define an era in boxing history.
You fought against Manny Pacquiao, you fought against Floyd Mayweather. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest puncher, where would you rate both fighters?
We all know that Mayweather is not known for a big punch. It stings, it stings, yes. I would have to say they're about the same. It's funny because I didn't feel Pacquiao's punch. He didn't do anything to me, so I didn't really feel his punch. We punched the same. The only difference is that Pacquiao has the ability to really maybe knock you out, but he's got to land that perfect punch. And Pacquiao's more of a, he doesn't have that good timing like Mayweather.
What about speed?
Speed, it's different. It's different speed because Mayweather is a guy who one fast shot, boom. Pacquiao he'll throw 4, 5, 6, 7 punches and fast. I think both guys might be the same. I would have to go with Pacquiao.
The course of more than 10 years, Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao's rivalry is among the most important and profitable in boxing history. After years of waiting, negotiating, and popular demand, they finally clashed in 2015. Around 2009, while both boxers were at the height of their careers, the first talks for a fight started. However, the fight was postponed for several years due to disputes over testing procedures and promotional concerns.
Any version of Mayweather would have always beaten Pacquiao, in my opinion. I think Mayweather would have always done what's necessary for Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao had a greater career, but I think Mayweather's a better fighter. And I think Mayweather had the right things for somebody like Pacquiao. I mean, he had the right one-punch speed. He had the right IQ. He was bigger than Manny with longer arms. He had great feet. It's just a kryptonite for Manny Pacquiao. I personally thought so.
Manny Pacquiao spoke about that he shouldn't have.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah.
Because it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not going to say he's right and I'm not going to say he's wrong. But it's so crazy. When he spoke about it, I could have easily came out and said, yeah, you spoke about it. I ain't have to say nothing. Just by you saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million. He said my name when he didn't supposed to. Remember, I said it's a time and a place.
Pacquiao has had an absolutely remarkable boxing career. In 4 different weight classes, featherweight, flyweight, super, featherweight and super lightweight, he has won the lineal championship and 12 major world titles during his career. Pacquiao is the only combatant, having won world titles in 4 different decades, from the 1990s to the 2020s. His fights have drawn enormous crowds and brought in over $1.22 billion from 25 pay-per-view events, demonstrating his immense popularity and impact in the sport.
Philippine boxing legend Manny Pacquiao leads ESPN's list of top 25 Asian athletes of the 21st century. The 8th Division World Boxing Champ bested the likes of Chinese basketball icon Yao Ming and Japanese baseball superstar Ichiro Suzuki, who finished 2nd and 3rd respectively. Completing the top 5 are Korean football star Song Hong-min and Japanese-American Naomi Osaka. Also making the list, the Philippines' first ever Olympic gold medal winner, weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, and the PBA's 7-time PBA MVP.
Pacquiao declared his boxing retirement in September 2021 in order to concentrate on his political career. Despite this setback, he was unsuccessful in his 2022 presidential campaign in the Philippines. Pacquiao continued to be involved in a number of activities, including as his work as a senator and his many charitable pursuits.
Your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's retirement?
One of the greatest fighters we've ever seen. Never ran from anybody. Had completely respected the sport of boxing. Was an ultimate champion. And I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth. I mean, when people, I want to just say this real quick because I know we got to go because we got one more thing to discuss, Mark.
Yeah.
When people talk about Manny Pacquiao and they say stuff like, well, he's fighting for money. I would like y'all to know that there are people who line up in the streets of the Philippines just to come get some money from him. He's very charitable.
Oh, yeah.
That's why money was compromising, because he's a giver. He's a special dude.
But over 4 years after his retirement, Pacquiao has formally declared his intention to return to the ring at the age of 46. Against July 19, 2025, he will take against WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas.
Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios is a done deal. Fight will either happen July 19th or July 26th in Las Vegas or San Antonio. And it's not going to be a pay-per-view. It's going to be free on Amazon Prime. Whew. We blast Jake Paul for these types of fights. And yet a current world champion in Mario Barrios is going to go after Manny Pacquiao. Listen, I get it. You get to share the ring with the legend of Manny Pacquiao, one of the greatest to all ever do it. But he's been retired now. He's already in the Hall of Fame. Manny Pacquiao did not look good in his previous exhibition he did last year either. Mario Barrios should easily run laps around Manny Pacquiao, destroy him. Why are we wasting time with this type of fight? It makes absolutely no sense to me. Listen, 147 welterweight. Me and Talani just got done talking about this in our interview. 147 is a historically great boxing division. And there is great talent in the division right now. But the problem is that guys don't want to fight each other. We don't want unifications. We don't want undisputed. And we're getting fights like Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Why? This fight makes absolutely no sense. If this is even somewhat competitive, that is embarrassing on Mario Barrios' part. Why are we wasting time with this fight? Listen, Brian Norman Jr. should be fighting Boots Ennis, but he chose a decent alternative. Fighting Sasaki in Japan is fine. That's still 2 debatably top 5 fighters in the welterweight division fighting each other. I'm A-okay with that decision. Boots Ennis finally stepped up and he did the unification fight against Danny Onis. Great. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Okay, if this was for a massive bag, I get it. But you're fighting for a non-pay-per-view event, so you're going to be fighting for free against a guy like Manny Pacquiao. Why? There are plenty of other fights to be making. But yet we're getting Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. Is Manny Pacquiao even ready to fight in the ring? Why is he? I get he still loves the sport, but listen, you are an all-time great and a legend of the sport, a Hall of Famer. Why return? Why not just go pursue other things? If anything, do those little cheap expedition fights that you did last year, or those that are similar to that of what Floyd Mayweather keeps doing. Why is Manny Pacquiao doing a real legitimate fight? I get for its world championship, but against Mario Barrios. And why is Mario Barrios agreeing to it?
When George Kambosos Jr. had the honor of training with Manny Pacquiao, he says the experience had a significant influence on his growth. He frequently talks about how he gained discipline, mental toughness, and the ability to push past boundaries in addition to learning how to throw punches. Kambosos claims that Pacquiao's impact went beyond his physical training, teaching him that boxing is a mental game just as much as a physical one. Kambosos learned how to combine speed, cunning, and preparedness into a well-rounded plan from seeing Pacquiao throughout training.
Trained with Manny Pacquiao had to be a huge asset for you, because even though Bay was probably your biggest name opponent up until then, you know, you'd been, how many rounds had you done with Manny?
250 rounds over 3 world title campaigns.
So it started with the Jeff Horn fight?
It did, yeah. When Jeff got obviously the fight with Manny Pacquiao, I was in Los Angeles, and I was sparring his ex-sparring partners, Jose Ramirez and Ray Beltran. I was doing 5-5, and these guys are good fighters, former world champions. And Freddie come over and goes, you know, Manny's got the Jeff Horn fight. So yeah, I'm hearing about it. He goes, well, you're sparring his sparring partners. How would you like to go against your countrymen and help?
The current WBC welterweight champion is 29-year-old American boxer Mario Barrios of San Antonio, Texas. In September 2023, he defeated Yordenis Ugas twice and won by unanimous decision with scores of 118-107 and 117-108, securing this title after a brilliant performance. After Terence Crawford moved up to the super welterweight division, Barrios' career reached a major turning point with this victory, which made him a full champion.
One time I interviewed your sister, and she told me when you were kids, she would do the best in sparring. She would get the best of you.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, usually.
When did that change, Mario? When did that change?
He wasn't the only guy she got the best of in San Antonio. She got the best out of everybody, man. Shit. No, yeah, my sister's a beast, man. Like, she couldn't spar other females a lot of times. They,
unfair.
Yeah.
Mismatch.
She was, like, overwhelming, man. She was just naturally, strong. And, so, yeah, most of the time, small partners, they were dudes. But, I mean, I couldn't really even, like spar with her serious. I mean, until I was, like, 17 or 18.
Mario Barrios isn't underestimating Manny Pacquiao. Despite the age difference and Pacquiao's legendary status, Barrios is preparing as if he's facing the prime version of the Filipino icon. This fight is more than a bout, it's a defining moment. Barrios has treated training camp with total focus, driven by both respect and ambition. His coach has emphasized the serious tone of preparation, likening it to a title fight. While Barrios admires Pacquiao's legacy, he's equally determined to carve out his own. The opportunity to face a living legend carries both risk and reward, and Barrios is embracing the challenge. He doesn't just want to win, he wants a moment that will be remembered. With discipline and hunger, Barrios is stepping into the ring not to play a supporting role, but to claim center stage in boxing history.
A lot of people are asking what's going on. Are the rumors true? Is it possibly Spence? Is it Pacquiao? Who is Mario Barrios sharing the ring with next?
You know what? He's put himself in a great position through hard work. He's a tremendous story when he turned pro and what he's been able to accomplish being a two-time world champion. And I always told everybody, he fights all comers. When we fought Gervonta Davis, all my hats off to Gervonta Davis. But it was very difficult for us to make the weight. We were going to move up in weight. They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Batirov, the Russian. is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots Ennis.
In the boxing community, the fight between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios has attracted a lot of attention and generated a variety of reactions from both fans and specialists. WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman has stated his strong support for the fight, pointing to Pacquiao's legendary reputation and the history of successful comebacks by past champions.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28th in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios. We've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever, many years ago, was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great...
I do like the idea very much, Sulaiman said. Pacquiao, in my opinion, is capable of defeating or competing against any boxer. This endorsement today demonstrates the WBC's readiness to approve the bout in light of Pacquiao's timeless appeal and spirit of competition.
Here we go. Who's greater than me? I said, Sugar Ray Robinson. He said, Sugar Ray Robinson? How many wins he got? I said, he got like over 150 wins. He stopped for a minute. He said, but who got more championship titles, me or him? I said, hold on, Floyd. He said, answer the question. I said, Floyd, there's more titles now than then. There was just one then. That's no fair. Answer the question. I said, okay, you. Do I not have 28 titles? And I was just like, I don't know. He said, oh, you're supposed to be the expert. But the reason why I said that is because there's minor and major titles. Who else greater than me? I said Henry Armstrong, Roberto Duran. He said, oh my God. He said, you said something about Pacquiao. Yeah, I said, I think you'll beat Pacquiao every day of the week, but I think he had a greater career. He said, you ain't think Pacquiao was on steroids? I said, he didn't fail any tests, Floyd. He said, look at me in my eyes. I can't say, man, he didn't fail. He said, oh man, you faked. I saw that as a initiation. This is what you about to get. Nobody's greater than Floyd. My thing is, he should feel that way, but you can't expect everybody to feel that you're the greatest.
The WBC president Mauricio Sulaiman has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins, 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09 Ricky Hatton all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list.